Hi, Mount Horeb Band students. Today, Miss Tooley and Mr. Dorner are going to show you how to put together a saxophone mouthpiece, ligature, neck, and reed. The first step, take the neck. It's the part that looks like a neck. And you're going to put your mouthpiece onto the neck. It's important to do that because it's a lot easier to hold the whole piece than it is to try to do it with just the mouthpiece alone. Put it on the neck. Be careful of this part, that you're being very delicate so that you don't bend and crank on this while you're putting that mouthpiece on. If it doesn't slip on pretty easily, go ahead and twist, but also maybe a little bit of cork grease would help. The next step is to make sure that you put the ligature on. When you put the ligature on, make sure it goes down far enough and the screws are on the right. If you have a backwards facing ligature, the screws are still on the right. It's important to always have the screws on the right. If you do it upside down and they're on the left, or do it backwards and they're on the left, that's how you can tell you did it wrong. They're always on the right. The third and final step is the trickiest, so pay close attention. Here we go. I'm going to take my reed and very, very carefully, I'm not going to put it in the mouthpiece, but I'm going to slide it right on that top. While I'm doing that, I'm taking my thumb and sliding the ligature up. And I'm going to do what I call the shimmy. I'm going to shimmy them both down. Now, notice I'm not touching the top, and that's because the top of the reed is literally as thin as a piece of paper. If you keep touching it all the time, you're going to end up busting it. So I'm going to shimmy it down until it's right in the right place. There's a bunch of little things to check to make sure that you have it right. It plays okay if you don't, but it plays really easily and a lot better if you do. So do all these double checks. The first thing is the reed exactly even with the top of the mouthpiece. If you can see that, it doesn't stick out over the back. It's right even at the top. It's exactly perfectly even. The next thing you want to do is make sure that it's also perfectly centered on the bottom. You can see here maybe that I don't have it quite centered on the bottom. So you want to get that perfect at the top, but also keep it centered at the bottom. And all I'm doing is moving my thumb. Finally, when that's all centered, hold it in place and take your thumb and pull that ligature down nice and hard. If you've loosened it up enough, it should slide down in position. From there, do a screw, and that's all you need. When you check to see if it's low enough or high enough, most of you have a little line on the mouthpiece. I don't know if you can see that right there. It's a little line that you have on your mouthpiece. The ligature should be below that line. Too high and it doesn't vibrate, too low and it starts squeaking on you. That's how you assemble it. Disassembly, very easy. Because I've already taken so much time to get my ligature perfectly in place, all I'm going to do is pop it off with my thumb, slide my reed out, slide my ligature out, and you're good to go. It's important that you practice this quite a bit. You'll be able to get pretty fast with it, but this is the most important thing to getting a good sound. If you can do this well, it really makes playing saxophone a lot less stressful. Good luck.